Hi, and welcome to Introduction to the Ukulele. My name is Michelle, and I'm the founder and director of Central Iowa Strummers. I'd like to speak to you today about the ukulele lending program that's now available at the Osceola Public Library. The library has 2 concert-sized ukuleles available for checkout. The ukuleles that are available are similar to the ukulele that I have here today. This particular ukulele is a Kala brand ukulele, and that's the kind of ukuleles that are also available at the library. The ukuleles are also what's called the concert size ukulele, again, which is what this size is. That's what the size of the ukuleles are at the library as well. I'd also like to tell you about the other sizes of ukuleles that are available. Although, keep in mind, the library has the concert size ukuleles, but again, there are different sizes of ukuleles that people will play. Here are those different sizes for you to see in comparison to the concert size what the others will look like. What I have here in my right hand is a soprano sized ukulele. It's one of the smallest sizes of ukuleles that's available, but there actually is a size even smaller than the soprano. You can see the comparison between the concert and the soprano that there is definitely a size difference. The soprano ukulele is then followed by the concert size ukulele, and then after the concert size ukulele comes the tenor size ukulele. So again, you can see there is a very big difference in the sizes of each instrument. So we discussed the soprano ukulele, the concert size ukulele, the tenor being the next size after the concert, and then after the tenor size comes the largest size of ukulele, which is the baritone size ukulele. And you can see it is considerably larger than the concert size, and again, it would be considerably larger than even the tenor size as well. So you might be wondering, what's the difference in the instruments aside from just the size itself? Well, that's actually found in the number of frets that are available on each instrument. So for example, the soprano instrument has not as many frets as the concert size has. The tenor has more frets than the concert size, and then the baritone ukulele is going to have more frets than the tenor size. So what's happening is the scale length, as it's called, referring to the number of frets, is increasing as each size gets larger. That's going to affect the sound of the instrument. It's just important to remember that the bigger the instrument, the more frets that are going to be available, giving you a wider range of notes to play on the instrument as well. We covered the different sizes of ukuleles that are out there, but I wanted to talk to you about the actual parts of the ukulele, and we'll just stick with the concert size since that's what's going to be available at the library. So starting at the top of the instrument up here, this area up in here is referred to as the headstock. Attached to the headstock are going to be these silver buttons that you see here. These are called tuners. And the tuners are going to be what adjust the pitch of each string on the instrument. And again, we'll speak more about that a little bit later in the video. After the headstock and tuners, there's this piece that you see right here that's light in color, almost white. That's called the nut. And then the nut is what the strings rest on top of before they attach to the different tuners on the instrument. Next, let's talk about the long piece that you see here. This is the neck. So from this section on up to the headstock, this entire piece is referred to as the neck. On top of the neck is this dark piece, which is called the fretboard. All along the fretboard, you're going to see that there are these silver lines that go across the fretboard. They're made out of metal, and they're called frets, hence the name fretboard. Next, of course, you have the actual string itself, which generally speaking, the strings on ukuleles are made from nylon, sometimes fluorocarbon, And every once in a while, you'll also see ukuleles that come with steel string, but that tends to only be on the large baritone size. Never would you probably see that on a smaller size ukulele. After the strings, we're going to work our way down to this round hole that you see. This is called the sound hole. And the sound hole is found on the body of the instrument. And this section up top, right here, left to right, these are called the upper bouts of the body of the ukulele. And down below, the lower bouts of the ukulele. If you follow the strings down, you'll see that there's this dark object here, and then on top of that, a lighter colored object. The light colored object is called the saddle. The saddle then is going to be what the strings rest on down at this portion of the ukulele. And the saddle is actually attached to what's called the bridge, this dark object. And then the strings themselves are attached to the bridge. So when you go to change your strings, you're disconnecting strings from the tuners, and then you're going to need to disconnect the strings also down here at the bridge. And they actually tie onto the bridge, which you can see right here. There's 4 strings, and you can see where each attaches to the bridge. So when you check a ukulele out at the library, you're going to get what's called a ukulele package. And what's going to be included in that package is, of course, the actual ukulele itself. Another item that will be included in the ukulele package is the tuner, which we're going to talk about how to use a little bit later in this video. You'll also get what's called a gig bag. It looks similar to what you see here, although this one is larger, and that's because it's sized for a tenor size ukulele. So the gig bag that you'll get at the library, again, will be a bit smaller, and you can use it to carry the instrument around, and it also offers, of course, a lot of protection for the instrument when you're transporting it or just when you're storing it when it's not being played. The last item that's going to be included in the ukulele package is going to be the neck strap. And the neck strap is something that you can use to help hold the instrument, and it'll make it much easier to play. I'll demonstrate how to use the neck strap a little bit later in the video. Let's talk about how you can use your neck strap for your ukulele and also how to properly hold the ukulele. So first things first, once you have your ukulele, I'm just going to go ahead and rest it on my lap. And then I'm going to show you the strap. The strap that you'll get at the library is going to vary in appearance from the one that you see here that I have. But the idea is that on your strap, you'll see there'll be a loop, which will go over your head. And you'll also see that at the end of the loop, there's going to be a hook, and the hook is going to look similar to what you see here. And you're going to want to make sure that when you put this strap over your head, you're going to want to make sure that the hook is facing up. And then that way you can see that it's going to be able to attach to the sound hole of our instrument to help us hold it. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So I'm first going to place the strap over my neck. I had made sure that the hook is going to face up. And then I'm going to take my ukulele and I'm going to go ahead and bring the strap up here in between the upper and lower bouts. And this area actually is referred to as the waist of the instrument. So I'm going to bring the strap up, take the hook, and I'm going to insert it inside the sound hole. And it'll attach just like that. So now, the weight of the instrument is primarily being held by the neck strap, and then of course my neck. And then what I'm going to want to do next, as far as holding the instrument, is I'm going to want to use my forearm, sort of the inside portion of your forearm, and it's going to rest in this area of the instrument. So I'll take my forearm and rest it right here, so you can see I'm sort of pivoting around here so that you can see that I'm just essentially holding the instrument with the neck strap around my neck, and then my inside of my forearm here against the lower bout of the instrument.